way society is today, this might be an awkward question, but I'm going to try to make sense of this. The
Okay.
way society is today, do you think that your grandfather's gimmick would be even able to be presented today because of the sensitivity that everybody has nowadays? Like, if you had a Russian coming out and, doing what he did so well, because back in those days, of course, we bought into it. Russia was always the enemy. I mean, come on, I don't think we're exactly best friends now, although some people will tell you we are, depending on the narrative. It's so confusing nowadays. Any thoughts to that maybe you do need to like redefine because of his does his gimmick corner him in today's society?
Um, well, given the time period, this is actually something me and him talked about a lot. Growing up, I was learning about the Cold War and how much people hated Russians. And he was like, baby girl, that's why they hate me so much. Because you have a hard time understanding why people hate somebody you love so much. And he would explain it, with the times they were supposed to hate me. That was the point. And so I have a really good understanding of what that did in the business side of it. And so I think today it's completely possible. I mean, given political standards and stuff, you can poke a nerve if you want to. I think it might be more dangerous now with the
Right.
internet making news go so fast. I think that's an advantage they may have had in the past of it took a minute to get around. You could maybe get to
Yeah.
safety. But he did. He
I,
lived the
my
dangerous life.
Yeah, my fear is the sensitivity of networks and sponsors and all that stuff. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. Wrestling
Yeah.
feels a little sterile nowadays, but I regress on that. Getting into the business as you've been doing now, how difficult are you finding it? Because there should be some ease with it, because after all, you're a Koloff. But is that also a roadblock too to you, or do you want to be recognized for you? How do you tackle all of that?
So my main goal is not to be recognized in me as me at all. In this business, I've made it very upfront and understood. I'm not Melodie Koloff. I'm not chasing a career for myself. I'm merely the voice of my grandfather. If he was here, I'm doing exactly what he would have done to the best of my knowledge and capability. Um, it's really not been that difficult. There's obviously been roadblocks and stuff like that, but I truly believe when you come at something with the right heart and purpose, I think people, the right people, emphasis on the right people, they see that. And I think when you have common goals to help people, that's where the right things come in. So I don't think it's been too difficult to date.
Melody, obviously your last name isn't really Koloff, but considering growing up as a
It's
child,
not.
oh, you didn't know that, Jimmy?
No, you're
I mean, it
ruining
says it on
everything
the
for
screen, so
ruining everything for me
But,
right now. Go
you know,
ahead.
Melody, growing up and people knowing who your grandfather was,
mhm.
what kind of roadblocks did that cause you growing up? Or was it something that you got privileges? Did you have a teacher that was a wrestling fan and gave you A's?
Ah.
Or did you have a teacher that hated the Russian sickle and gave you F's? You know what I mean?
I was actually pretty indifferent to it. There wasn't any help or hurt necessarily. Definitely had a gym teacher that comes to mind. All the time we did pizza bingo, and he was like, Ivan, come sit up front and sign autographs. And so pizza bingo night turned into Ivan Koloff autograph night. We really didn't have normal events like that growing up, I guess, but he passed away before I got into high school, which is where I guess most of the credit could have come in. I was a pretty quiet kid,
Mm.
so I really didn't get hurt or helped by it much.
Yeah.
When Nikita was on the show, he spoke about when your grandfather finally gave up he recognized God and gave his life to God.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can you share? You said when you lost him, it was very painful for both you and your grandmother, obviously. Can you share the last days of Ivan Koloff? Was he full of regret? Was he looking forward to seeing Christ? What
Mm-hmm.
was Ivan Koloff thinking that you know?
Um, Towards the end, I actually was kind of blindsided. I didn't know he was sick. He had kept that from me. Obviously, you don't want to tell your best friend that you're dying. Um, when I found out, it was very difficult for me. And you're just a preteen teenager. I struggled a lot with the diagnosis in the last stages and how rapidly he went downhill. Um, I don't recall him being regretful though. He wanted my grandmother to be okay, and it was more just being surrounded by the people he loved and knowing he was going to see Jesus. He was honestly comforting us more than we comforted him. Um, he knew he was going to see Jesus, and he was ready. But I think he was kind of factoring in that it would mean we're not going to be there anymore. But he died surrounded by the people that loved him the most.
We're visiting Pharaoh's here after last night's Super ECW tribute show.
Deluxe.
Pharaoh's looking good though as he gets older. He can handle his liquor a little better, right? But we'll be flowing around. Hopefully, get to see a few people. We'll be posting these videos. So we'll talk to you soon.
I don't care if they talk shit. I don't talk to hypocrites. If you hate me, that's just fine. Go on down and get in line. They try to tell me what I need, and it sure ain't nothing good for me. Don't care what they say, it's all just talk. Gonna head my way and walk my walk. They try to bend me, but I won't break. I pay no mind to the noise they make. I keep my head, I hold my ground. Ain't no man gonna knock me down. They can swing, but I won't flinch. I was built for times like this. So talk your shit, but be aware. I don't care.
Couple things I want to cover, Jimmy.
Yeah.
500 level has now improved on the M&P code. Now go to MP30 for 30% off. Jimmy, I got to tell you something, right? I was at the beach again, 500 level. If you guys haven't looked at the shirts, right, go to the website. It's incredible. And I got to be honest, right? So it was a little chilly today. I brought the dogs to the beach. I was off work for the Jewish
cold
holidays,
today.
right?
It's cold.
It wasn't cold,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I have from 500 level, I have a Roman Reigns sweatshirt. Now, usually sweatshirts are not always the nicest fabric, unless I'm into really nice fabric because I just don't like things up against my skin. So
Yeah.
usually I'll get thinner type of shirts, but this is a heavy sweatshirt. The fabric, unbelievable. And you're going to get a deal at 30% off, Jimmy. I mean, my God, it's a no-brainer, guys. I am telling you, once you get one shirt from them, you'll get 50. I
they're so
guarantee it.
comfortable.
And they've got
so
all the sports.
comfortable.
Yeah, dude, tell me what you think of it, Jimmy.
They're so comfortable. I got to get a long sleeve now. I'm telling you, I got to, because it was chilly today, especially for a guy who's been in Panama City Beach the last 2 years. It was chilly today, and I love the material. It's so silky. Is that the right word for it? I don't know.
No, absolutely, absolutely, dude.
It's so comfortable. So yeah, I got to get myself some leveled long sleeves. That's for sure. 30%.
And again,
off,
it
no-brainer.
doesn't. They got plenty of wrestling stuff. They got baseball stuff. They've got football. They got everything, dude. MMA. They got it all, man. And I'm telling you, it's very high quality. Again, 500 level code MP30, 30% off. So if a T-shirt costs you $20, what's 30% off on $20, dude?
It's enough. 10 plus another 20% tacked on top. Not much. It's a steal. It's a steal.
I agree. I want to remind everybody too, the Monte The Pharaoh show, hit the QR code, be willing to check out our shows on YouTube, where we got almost 24,000 subscribers. Go to our Facebook page where we're approaching 27,000 subscribers. And again, if you feel like donating to the show, please go to the Monte The Pharaoh webpage, hit donate. Helps us bring in more guests. Trying to entertain Jim. We've got the big event coming up, so a lot of good stuff happening right now.